Okay, we are live. Let me just add the camera a little better. This makes a difference. Well, it should. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about a glimpse into the future that I had recently. I find it interesting, and I'm sure that you will as well. I guess it's about perspectives, having different perspectives and different backgrounds. Um, and let me just first of all give it a few seconds so that people can join the chat. Um, and this one I made public with a little bit of fear and dread, and we'll see how it goes. um, but it's hopefully not a topic that will get people all upset. But these days, you never know. It seems like anything can make people very upset, and they will let everyone know that they are upset. So, yeah. Um, but my goal is to get back to doing these live streams as public, so that everyone who is a subscriber or who is subscribing will then be able to join the chat. Um, so, oh, hi there, Angela. Let me just first of all say hello to the usual suspects, as they say. And Wolf of Odin is here. Um, and Horror Business, good to see you. The chat is starting to pick up some speed here now. Wonderful, wonderful. And Ryan sends love from Northern Ireland. Wonderful. Thank you, Ryan. Oh, yeah, by the way, we are soon, as I'm talking here now, it's the day before Halloween, or Alfablot, as I would say, as a Norse heathen, a horrible Norse heathen. For those who didn't know that I am actually a Norse heathen, it kind of, if you look at the shelf behind me, there are some images there. That's Odin, and Thor is there. But that's beside the point. Okay. So, my glimpse into the future. Well, I'm Norwegian, and we are somewhat behind in many ways, on purpose, I should say. But I travel quite a lot. I have traveled more than I want to recently. Um, but that means that I get to see other cultures, I how other people do it, right? Oh, that sounded almost rude. It wasn't that funny. Not like that, but how they sort things out in society. I went to England, and I've been to England many times. I made a video on my main about that, by the way. And as someone who refuses to have a smartphone, I noticed a difference now. In England now, it was very difficult to function or to get around without a smartphone. And where I noticed this the most was actually arriving at at the airport there, and I was supposed to pick up a rental car. Well, everything was delayed, nothing works there anymore. But it seems like they like directions, signs. It was very difficult to find things there, and I think that with a smartphone, or I should put it this way, okay? I think that everything is now designed by people who have a smartphone, and they do it thinking that everyone else has a smartphone, which is not far from the truth. And for me, not having a smartphone, um, it was very difficult to find things. Not talking about, when I first got in the car, it has a map thing there using the GPS system, and that's fine. But it seems like this future where everyone has become a cyborg, where part of their brain, so to speak, has been outsourced to a digital unit, a surveillance unit. That future is here now, and I refuse to take part in that. Now, there are many other things that could be said about the future, of course, but this one thing is a little bit scary because, yes, Staravora, you're mentioning scanning QR codes. Yeah, I do not do that. I refuse to do that. I can't do that even. I mean, how would I do that? So, and that makes some things impossible. Some things I cannot do in modern society now. Now, here in Norway, there is a law that says that if you offer something like a service or product, you have to accept cash. That's a law. It's a recent law. But anyone offering something and asking for money in return, they have to accept cash. Now, of course, not many people are using cash anymore. Well, I do. But actually, yesterday I saw like a car wash machine. And to use that car wash machine, you had to use an app. That's illegal, but they don't care, you know? So obviously I didn't go there, but we're seeing more and more of that now. It only takes one political decision to put that law aside. That's a recent law, by the way. We now have a coalition government, Labour Party slash Centre Party, and we're probably going to get a conservative government. They are conservative only in the name, and I despise the woman who's going to be the leader, by the way, of that government, the prime minister. But they could very well just put that law aside, and I'm not going to be pressured into taking part in this so-called modern society. I'm not going to do that. I can wash my car by hand if I have to, but this going to England and everything, well, many things at least, was impossible to do when you don't have a smartphone. I mean, I wandered around the airport area looking for hotels because everything was delayed. So I tried to get to to stay the night there. I couldn't find that. Nothing works, and everything is a chaos. I guess that, with a smartphone, I could just have been sat at the airport trying to figure out things and calling these hotels and stuff. No directions, everything's chaos, and it was just depressing. So I spent the night at the airport before I could get the rental car. And I'll by the way, I'll write something here. My little revenge. The rental car company, Drivalia, something like that. They are crooks. Don't go there if you want a rental car. But okay. So it's interesting, I guess, to try to project the development into the future. So where does this go? I mean, will it just keep moving into this digital slave world? I can't say that word. This slavery, digital slavery. Will it just keep moving in that direction? I think it will, because it's convenient. But you know what else was convenient? Slavery to the slaves. Let me explain. Okay, I'm not defending slavery, of course. Well, what I'm trying to say here is that there's this saying, okay, that slavery could only exist because slaves told those slaves who wanted to get free, who wanted to escape, that they should not do that. You know, it's like it was more, I should say, is, because there are lots of slaves still, sadly. It's more convenient to stay in that situation for the slave, because there's a risk involved with, the alternative. So people will do what's most convenient to them, as long as they are fed and entertained. They will accept almost anything. They will accept um, digital slavery, and they will accept their freedom being taken away. And it's very easy to keep people fed and entertained, because you can also, of course, manipulate what people want to see, what they want to hear. Here's where these algorithms come into play, where they actually did the algorithms. They are not only showing you more of the same, but they are also manipulating what you are seeing and what you think that you want to see. You, in a general sense, I'm not talking about you per se, but people. So yeah, we're going to see more of that. And I mean, I don't like this doom and gloom thing, but this is a big problem, and I think that we need to address it. Do I have a solution? It would be arrogant if I told you that I have the solution to this. Lots of people are claiming that they do. Some people have a book called the Bible, and they say all answers are in this book. And some people have another book, and they say that all answers are in this book. Some people have some kind of political ideology. Some people are communists. Some people are whatever. I don't think ideology is the answer. I think that common sense is the answer, and that we need to apply some bravery, actually. um, I've said it before. I am going to say it again because I feel that it's important. This whole digital, I want to say, nightmare that we are actually now in. Most people, they don't realize we're in it now. It could end today if everyone just threw away their smartphones. Okay, that's not going to happen, but I'll say it anyway. And then people will say, I'm watching this live stream and I'm watching your videos on a smartphone, and you would lose so many views if people threw away their smartphone. Yes, I understand that. But I mean, there is a word, integrity, right? And I hope to be viewed as a person with integrity. Even if it would harm my views, I will still say it, you know? So yeah, I'll keep saying that. Let's see here. I'm going to reply to the chat now, I think. Let's see. Wolfo Odin says, "Get out to nature and hear the silence." Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And Angela says, please hit like. That would be awesome if you can do that. Canadian Spider-Man says, I've thrown my phone over and into the ditch. Let's see here. Let's go up. I'll move up a little or back a little bit. Yeah, Staravora, I'm saying that I'm pronouncing it as a Norwegian. I don't know if that's correct. You're saying that the problem is that the cage people are in is too comfortable. It's like the frog in the slowly warming water. Yeah. Justin says, we adapt and overcome. We are not facing anything that we haven't always faced. That's a good point, because it's like, yeah, there's nothing new about this. The tools are new, but we're still just apes hitting each other in the head with sticks. It's like, yeah, the tools might seem advanced, but we're still driven by these primal instincts. That's the whole dynamic, and like Freud and so on. They talked about this, and many others as well. But we're not that advanced. And I always think that in order to understand human beings, first you have to understand animals. Let's see here. Let's see. Wolf Odin says, sometimes we must be apes with sticks to fight tyranny. Yeah. Celtic Heathen says, diversity is our greatest strength. Don't you know? Yeah, I know what you mean there. But actually, I'm a big fan of diversity, as long as it goes for everyone, right? It's like if I moved to, well, I've been to England, right? If I moved to England, I would not be English. I would be proud as a Norseman in England, not the first one, I must add. And but I would take pride in my cultural heritage, and I want I would want my English neighbor to take pride in his or her English identity. That's diversity for me, right? You know what I'm saying here? It's like what we're seeing now is that not so much in Norway, but in because here it's very common and accepted to take pride in Norwegian identity and so on. But in England, I know that many people are saying that they can't use the English flag, the white with the red cross, because it's seen as racist. And I guess that's partly because, as far as I know, some racist groups have been using that flag, and they shouldn't, and I hate that. But that shouldn't prevent people from using the English flag. It's their flag. So, but anyway, oh, Canadian Spider-Man, thank you for saying that. We are rowing the canoe in the same direction. Wonderful. Yes. Yeah, we need a campfire to commune around. I agree. And also, yes, we don't always have to agree. I would actually be scared. It would make me very scared if I was in if everyone around me agreed with me 100%. That would be something you only see in that's not a good thing. I mean, if everyone in a group agrees about everything, then you don't have any critical voices, obviously. So that's not good. So yeah, good point there. 99X, you said it better than I did, actually. Well, you said it better. Okay. There is a diversity already in Europe, has been since ever, but there's a new kind of diversity now. Yeah, I would say it like this. We're what they call diversity is the opposite of diversity. It's monoculture. Because diversity is not celebrated. It's like when you go to well, I don't go to Muslim countries. I have, but I wouldn't want that now. When you see when you see all the women dressed in black, like the same outfit, you know what I'm talking about. That's not diversity. That's monoculture. And that monoculture was forced onto those people, and their original culture was crushed. So people need to understand that, but anyway. Helaku, yes, our flags in Scandinavia have a cross in them, which kind of makes me feel a bit, it's not for me, though I love my country. Yes, I agree. But actually, it's better if you think about it this way. You know what's it called? Anyway, part of the military, not the Marines. I don't know what it's called in English actually, but those on the ships, right? Um, I heard a guy in that division of the military. He said that they have this navy. Oh yeah, navy. Um, how do I explain it? It's not square. It's like the shape of the letter C or something like that, right? At the end of the flag, and then they hang it um, horizontally, so that when you look at it, it looks like a sword, because the tip of the cross now becomes has a pointed tip, right? Sorry if I explained that in a poor way, but then it's a sword, right? So, but anyway, I agree. No, not a sickle, a sword. But anyway, mm, yeah. Don't get me wrong here. If it's like if people come to my country, I expect them to show expect respect for my culture, my Norwegian identity, and what we can understand as Norwegian. I expect that. I will be interested in their culture as well, by the way. Okay. I'll leave that topic because it tends to get a little bit ugly. Um, let's see here. So, yeah, well, funny thing, I'll change the topic a little bit. It's still going to be a little bit controversial. I'm looking now at a backpack. I guess you call it an Alice pack but it's got a frame on it. It's really old. There's like this. The brand has this image of a guy with a pipe and a backpack, like, so it's from I guess the 50s or something. It was my mother's uncle's backpack, um, and I put that's beside the point. It had a hole in it, so I put the badge. You know, I stitched on a badge from the Norwegian Hikers Association to cover the hole. But then I discovered that the other day. I looked down at that backpack. I don't use it very often because it's not that comfortable. But during the Pride Month, all the Hikers Association's cabins, they had to use the rainbow flag. The rainbow flag had to be visible there. And I'm like, it's like, why? And I mean, it's not that it's not that I have anything against people who I guess are gay or whatever. It's not about that. I don't care. But it's like this. I'm changing the topic now, but why does it have to be like you walk along a trail, you're in the woods, and you come to a cabin, and there's the flag, the rainbow flag? Well, why is that? I mean, that annoyed me. and it annoyed me a lot, actually. I'm going to cover up that badge because now it reminds me about using politics. And they say, no, it's about accepting love. And well, no, it's not about that. We all know it's not about that. And I have had several gay people in the chat here telling me that they do not support the pride thing. They feel it's in their face all the time. I mean, when gay people say that, you can't say that I'm being sort of a horrible person for saying it. I mean, you get what I'm saying here? Why would I care? It's like, why would I care? I mean, I'm just a normal, boring heterosexual white guy, like we're the worst. I know we are the worst kind of people. But anyway, it's like, why would I care? I don't. It's not something that's on my mind. Why would it be? And then I'm walking along a trail and I come to a cabin and there's the rainbow flag. Come on, it's just silly. And when it's in your face all the time, it goes from being silly to annoying. I mean, so so I think it was very unwise to do that by the Hikers Association. I know the guy who is the CEO or boss. I think he is gay, and he was in a relationship with someone in the past government, Norwegian government. So it's in that way you could say, okay, it's been politicized a lot, you know. The bunny rabbit. Okay. The bunny is it this one? It's just a merchandise thing. Hurry up and buy this thing here. He has the T-shirt, Viking Bushcrafter. It's you can actually buy it. There's a link in the video description. But yeah, I'm being criticized sometimes because I have a merchandise store. People say, well, actually, I don't. But what you can do is you can upload some designs to how they call Spreadshirt, which is a thing integrated in YouTube. And I did that because now I'm not making a lot of money from it, but I was asked, do you have a T-shirt? So yeah. And you can even get one of these. It's funny. It's funny. It's not a rabbit. It's a bear, teddy bear. He has his ears are quite big. Yeah. Bit of fun there. A plush puppy, is that what it's called? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. So let's see. Well, thank you, Canadian Spider-Man. Do not give a thought about people who give you shade. You have a lot. Do not give a thought about people who give you shade. You have a lot of supporters who love what you present, man. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's a war bear. Oh, Garden Prepping. Good to see you. The very fit athlete has joined us here. garden prepping. Um, so yeah, the rainbow. It's interesting. I'm being a very tolerant person, right? Because I could say that that's cultural appropriation. For me, as a Norse heathen, the rainbow has is very significant. You know, it's actually the bridge to the world of the gods, Bifrost. So that's what the rainbow means to me. And they are saying that, well, the rainbow is about love and acceptance. And no, it's that might be what it means to some other people. That's not what it means to me, and it never will be. Um, so yes, Canadian Spider-Man. Being fit is the key to being your own master. Absolutely. Good point. I will talk a little bit about that actually, because um, I I live in a country where it's a very healthy country, actually. Norway, well, the whole of Scandinavia. We have become less healthy. We have become less healthy during recent years because of things like obesity, uh, and also obviously because of Billy Boy's cough medicine. But that's all I can say about that. You know how it works here on social media. But anyway, it's relatively speaking compared to other countries. It's this is a healthy place. You know, people are quite healthy here, and I see the difference when I go to other countries. It's like people are small and fat. You know, I'm saying that to be cruel. I'm just saying that that's what I observe. Um, and it makes you dependent on, can we just say, the system. Um, and also, I'm seeing, a lot of these people who call themselves preppers, and they sit there and they don't look very healthy. It's like, come on, it's a joke. It's a joke when you look like you can't walk up the stairs in your own house and you call yourself a prepper. Well, the first thing you should prepare for hard times is your body, right? Um, so yeah, but anyway, uh, let's see here. Yeah, we always get, and we it was really bad for some time with the religion thing. Yeah, if you love your Bible, wonderful, but keep that out of it. You don't have to quote the Bible in every on every occasion. You don't have to do that. It's actually a little bit annoying. So, okay. And people don't like when that happens because I have nothing against people being Christian, but this is not going to be a Christian live stream for obvious reasons. So religion is, it's like your willy. um, they say, like, it's okay to be proud of it, and it's okay to enjoy it, but don't wave it around and show it to people. Don't do that. You know, it's uh, it's not nice. Um, let's. Oh, Canadian Spider-Man, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Um, let's see. I'll scroll up a little bit. Good question from Rebecca's Quest to Fire. What gives you hope for the future? It's easy to see everything that's wrong right now. Is anything going right? Good question. I think that as a father, my kids are, well, they're practically grown up now. And I have met some of their friends, and they are intelligent. Um, they seem to reflect on things. They have an interest in gaining knowledge. So I am hopeful because of the young people today. And that's maybe not the answer some people would expect, but I am. And I think that there will be more critical voices among the young people in the future, in the near future. I think that we're going to see some good changes um, coming from that generation. And when I speak to people, it seems like the older people, like my generation and older, are actually more obedient to the system than those who are like 20 now. Um, so that gives me hope. And there are other things as well, but that it does give me hope. um, let's see, Laura. Yes, that's wonderful. Yes, we should keep learning. Um, let's see. Yes, we have to be hopeful in the youth. So yes, but there is also, especially with young people, if 20-year-olds now, they don't know what it's like to exist without being connected online, and it's an addiction that is so severe that they don't know life without it. So they would have to get out of that first, I think, to have a good life. But also, we are seeing, at least in some countries, more and more young people, that generation, switching to dumb phones, actually. Um, so, Canadian Spider-Man, you're not a moderator now. I don't know why. Didn't you yes, you've been a moderator for a while, but I think it's gone now. Should I make you moderator again? Um, I don't. I haven't deleted that status. I don't. It must have been YouTube doing it. Let me know what you want. um, so yeah, I'm. Let's see. Sorry, I need to just. Oh, Lee, thank you so much for the super chat there. Yeah, common sense, critical thinking. I think that critical thinking and common sense, it means that you will change your mind on things in the future because you don't know everything right now. You don't know everything about everything right now. That's impossible. So you will keep adjusting to the facts and the information that you find. And that's why personally I find ideology a little bit dangerous, because ideology in the meaning, a political affiliation, um, could be religion, whatever, it kind of freezes you into that you have to believe in these things, even though you're presented with other with facts that should make you change your opinion. If you get what I'm saying there, I'm not saying you shouldn't have principles. I'm just saying that common sense based on real facts should always come for ideology. Michael is asking, are you endorsing Donald Trump? No, I'm not. I'm not endorsing anyone. What I have said is that given the alternative, I would have voted for Donald Trump. And some people will hate me for saying that, but I don't care. That doesn't mean that I'm a big fan of Donald Trump. It doesn't even mean that I agree with policies. It means that as a Norwegian, of course, I can't vote in that election, but it just means that as a Norwegian, I believe that the world will actually be a safer place with the policies that Donald Trump will implement. It has a lot to do with Ukraine. So, and I think that actually it's funny that it's interesting that you mentioned that you ask, but I think that if I'll guard my words a little bit now, but if Donald Trump becomes I think that everyone will kind of adjust to that, and he won't be. After some time, he will not be seen as the devil anymore. Let's see. Did you Canadian Spider-Man? Did I not get your reply there? If you want to be moderator, let me know. So, Canadian Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't think that there will be huge changes. I think Trump is very much part of the system now. If he wasn't already 8 years ago. But, yeah, I think it's difficult also for me. I don't live in the USA, obviously. I don't feel your struggles and your, so maybe for some people, they have looked into the policies there and they feel that current system, the current policies is best, and they will vote Kamala Harris. I don't know. I doubt it, but I doubt that that's a wise thing to do. But yeah, Wolf Odin is in disagreement there. Um, yeah, a good point. The guy took a bullet to the head, not part of the system. I absolutely respect that what you're saying there. But it's difficult for me. I'm just trying to say it's difficult for me. I will never pretend to be an expert on daily life in the USA, because I'm not in the USA. So I guess what happens, it will happen. How do you say that? Whatever happens will happen. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, Sten Okholms is saying, I think it will end the war in Ukraine. Yeah, it's going to end with a land grab or giving away territory to Russia. But that's how it's going to end anyway. And in my opinion, they've let that war go on for far too long. For far too long. So yeah, I often think about it, actually. People getting killed for no reason. That war it's already been lost. So yeah, there will be negotiations, and this time the West will not stop them, and it will end with some kind of arrangement where Russia keeps some of the territory that they have occupied. So we may not like that, but that's how it's going to end. So okay. Oh, Rebecca, are you moving to Värmland? That's wonderful. Lee is asking, what would you promote first about Norwegian culture that we can learn about? Well, it has to be the outdoors, of course. It's a very outdoorsy country, this. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot I could say about the war in Ukraine. But I'll leave it out of this live stream. I will just say that it's what happened there is a big tragedy. Yeah, I'll stop right there. Is Iceland part of Norway? No. No, it's not. Iceland is its own country. Let's see. Bhutan, Lucy. Yes, that's an interesting country. I read somewhere that people there are happy, very happy, or reported to be very happy. But I know almost nothing about Bhutan, I must admit. Instant defense says old man. Okay. Am I the old man? Okay. Yes, I've been to Svalbard. Svalbard is part of Norway. And did you know that as far as I know, Norway is the only country where in part of Norway carrying a firearm is mandatory. You have to carry a firearm, a rifle. Did you know that? That's actually true. Yeah. So it's funny when I see people saying, oh, they took away, the government took away your guns. It's like, what? What are you talking about? No, they didn't. No, it's actually in Svalbard. That's an island up in the ice, in the cold North Sea, not the North Sea, Northern Sea, north of mainland Norway. There are polar bears there, and they will eat people if they get the chance. So you have to carry a firearm. I don't know if I was there and I didn't carry a firearm, but I guess it's if you move outside of the town there, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, you have to carry a firearm. Svalbard is not Norway. It certainly is. Not all of it, but it certainly is Norwegian territory. Are we going to fight over Svalbard again? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Svalbard is part of Norway. Yeah, so the firearm is for protection. So what you do is you fire a warning shot, and that's in almost all cases that's enough. Then the polar bear will then walk away. But there sadly have been cases where they've had to shoot the polar bear, which is tragedy, of course. Okay. Oh, we had Northern Lights in British Columbia. Wow. So, okay, I will end the live stream now, and I think we did well, as this being a publicly available chat and live stream. Wonderful. I will be back soon. I hope you appreciate my beanie and all of that. Okay. Thank you, Lucy and Angela, Laura, Chelsea, Mike. Okay. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.